Alright guys, so let me tell you how I went from having the worst birthday to the best birthday. So this year I decided to go to Qatar for my birthday, only because it's a new place I've never been. I only passed through. So I was like, okay, let me do something nice and quiet and serene. The flight was going great. I had breakfast, lunch, dessert. It was going amazing. And then it was time to land. And guys, we were hovering, like, you know when they're like, oh, put your seatbelt ready for landing, and it's usually like 20 minutes. Guys, 2 hours later, we're still in the air, and at this point everyone's wondering what's going on. Pilot had no idea. We didn't understand why we hadn't landed or why we couldn't land, but we were just hovering. Eventually they were like, okay, we're gonna have to go to Abu Dhabi. And we're thinking, Abu Dhabi, what for? Mind you, there was no Wi-Fi on the plane, so we didn't know what was going on. So got to Abu Dhabi, landed, obviously logged onto the Wi-Fi and realized that they had just sent the missiles to Qatar. Basically, the missiles had just landed in Qatar. So guys, the point that we were landing is when the missiles had arrived in Qatar. Can you imagine, like, literally being in that position? Guys, we were grounded in Abu Dhabi for 7 solid hours. Kids were going crazy. It was extremely hot. You know, they couldn't put the AC on. Nothing was on. It was really bad. Every single person was so scared. I mean, even the kids were scared. The parents were scared. Everybody was scared. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know if we could go back to Lagos, if we could go anywhere else, if we could even land in Doha with the missiles and everything. So it was crazy. As you can see, everybody had their screens on, maps. No one was watching any movies. It wasn't time for enjoyment. We just wanted to know if we're going to be safe or if we're going to be blown up. I'm not going to lie. I was like, what kind of birthday is this? Who sent me? Luckily, they gave us some food, you know, nothing super fancy, but this was like 5 hours later. Eventually, after 9 hours in total, they were like, we could land in Doha. The UAE space is now open. Airspace is now open. And we could land.
Once again, I do understand the inconvenience these unforeseen events may cause to your travel plans. I do extend my sincere apologies on behalf of the airline. However, the airline is actively working with everybody and all parties involved to minimise disruptions to your further journey plans. Once in the airport, you will be met by Qatar Airways ground staff who will meet and assist you. Thanks once again for your patience, and I do wish you a very blessed onward journey and a very blessed rest of the evening. Thank you so much again.
To be quite honest, I felt sorry for the pilot. He had no clue. He was equally as clueless as the rest of us. So it must have been so annoying from his position, just not being able to land and not knowing what to tell your passengers. But anyways, look how empty this airport is, guys. I was like, seems like I'm the only one in Doha. Me and this auntie or this, I was like, what is going on? Should I just go back? What do I do? Honestly, I didn't want to be in the airspace at this moment. I was thinking it's probably safer to be on land than in the air, because I don't know what Iran is doing, America's doing. I'm not involved. Like, we had to go through so many security checks just to make sure. I don't even know what they were trying to make sure, because I was thinking, do I look like Trump? Like, why am I doing all of this? But anyways, guys, eventually all of that was over. I was really like irritated, sad, just stressed, thinking, why did I make such a stupid decision to come here? And anyways, we were headed to the hotel, and as you can see, Doha's quite pretty, so that lightened up my mood a little bit. That's my hotel, the moon-shaped building. It was called the Raffles, and guys, this is one of the most beautiful hotels I've ever stayed in. Everything about it was just lush. This is the lobby, absolutely beautiful. Apparently they have, I forgot what this is called. I feel so bush right now because I forgot what that's called, but they've got the largest in the world, the thing on the ceiling with the glass and the lights. But yeah, really gorgeous, so picturesque. And then over here's the afternoon tea section as well. They've got this really famous afternoon tea in Qatar that everyone kind of comes to. It's like a must do when you come to Qatar. And yeah, it's at the Raffles. I think they've got one at the Fairmont Hotel as well, which is on the opposite side of the moon. So guys, this is my suite. My Snap fam are very familiar with my suites in my hotels, but I do get to enjoy it today. So this is the suite, really cute, very like traditional / modern at the same time. I can't explain it, but it was like the perfect blend of, you know, luxury, and it just looked really nice. I really particularly loved the bathroom. I thought it was so beautiful. I love a his and her section. I just think it's so like, you know, it's so lush. Everything was lush, as you can see, gold everywhere, marble everywhere. You know, I love me an automatic toilet seat. It was just lit. I was like, okay, I can do with some of this. This was the kitchen, really, really gorgeous. Everything was just really beautiful and just super elevated looking. Even the balcony, which was shut, by the way, but trust me now, naughty girl, I said, open it, let me see. It was really massive and, you know, amazing view. I could see a bit of Qatar. There was this hidden bathroom. I never saw this initially. And I was like, oh, okay. It was like camouflaged into the wall, but really beautiful as well. And guys, trust my luck. Honestly, I don't know who swore for me for this trip, because it was giving somebody had put something into the atmosphere, because how on earth did I leave my carry-on luggage at the airport? Explain. I mean, granted, I was stressed. I was worried. I obviously I wasn't in my right mind, you know, super stressed. I left my carry-on, and the issue now was it was on the other side and I'd gone through immigration, so they wouldn't let me go back. Thankfully, they even found it. Let's even start with that. And I know that it's because it's the Middle East, because, bruh, if this was London, the US, definitely not Nigeria, I would never have found it. But luckily, customs had seized it, which was better than losing it, because obviously the valuables and stuff, and they needed me to come round to claim it. Unfortunately, once you come through immigration, you can't go back in. And there was no one to bring it from that side to me. So basically, we were stuck. Like, I said, what do you do when these things happen? They said, it's never happened before. This is the first time. I said, trust my luck.
As part of our process as well, we cannot escort a customer from landside to airside. Yes. But in this case, this one is not a check-in baggage.
Guys, to be honest, this Kenyan lady was absolutely amazing. And like, I just love me black people, because she was relentless. She did not have it. She called them at least 15 times in my presence until they eventually, 4 hours later, brought my carry-on bags. Can you imagine? Like, what sort of birthday am I about to be having? Anyways, this was the night before my birthday, and I was like, you know what? Nothing can spoil my joy. Like, it's not gonna happen. And next thing, it was my birthday! Guys, I decided to do what I know how to do best, which is shopping. I took myself shopping, went to Hermes, got this beautiful little jacket, tried on some boots, you know, autumn's coming soon. That was really cute. Tried on, okay, that's my scarf, but tried on this Kelly belt, never seen this color, the shoes, just so many different things. I bought a couple of things that I loved, and then I was off again. I got in this mini cute car thing. This is
Ich fühle mich wertgeschätzt, verstanden und Hilfe kann ich jederzeit von meinen Kolleginnen nehmen.
Bei einem Anruf kriegst du sofort Hilfe und sowas. Das ist wirklich eine gute Beziehung in die Team.
Und diese Wertschätzung ist einmalig.
Bist du auf der Suche nach einem neuen Job?
This is the Place Vendôme Mall in Qatar. Guys, it is huge. It is massive. It's amazing. It's luxury. It's luxe. It's got all the stores that you can think of. Like, it literally is a shopper's paradise. And I promise you, they have things in this mall that you will not find anywhere else in the world. And guess what? They had a sale going on, like, and they called it the private quiet sale. Like, they don't even announce that they're having sales because they think it's ghetto. But anyways, guys, I went into Bulgari next, and they were so amazing. I was so shy. Like, look how they all stood watching me arrive in my car. So they offered me the private room for private shopping, and they brought loads of beautiful watches, bracelets, all sorts of things, rings. I mean, the variety was endless. All the new collections they had, the old collections, the diamonds, just everything. And guys, look!
Thank you so much. All the best. Thank you.
That was the sweetest thing ever, guys. If I didn't plan on spending, now I had to spend, because now they're celebrating my birthday. They brought me some necklaces. I tried this on. It was so gorgeous. The Serpenti collection is just the best. Look at these glasses. I mean, to die for. But guys, I bought what I wanted to buy, the items that I loved the most. And I was off. I had a great time in Bulgaria, honestly. They made me feel so special. and I went to the next store, I went into a couple stores after this. I was like, you know what? It's my birthday. I had a horrible landing experience, so let me just enjoy and do what I love to do, which is shopping. So I tried on a couple outfits. You know, summer's coming, autumn's coming. I need to get ready to slay. This was super cute. I tried this on. I was feeling it. I thought it was... Guys, this is what I do in fitting rooms, honestly. That's why it takes so long. They celebrated my birthday as well. They were like, hey, happy birthday. I tried on these glasses, this bag, these slippers, these heels. Everything was giving, honestly. Like, I couldn't even decide. I went into Dolce & Gabbana. Guys, the new print is so cute. Like, I'm obsessed with this purple color. Tried on a couple, bought a couple things, and this is the mall, by the way. When I say it's massive, I mean it is massive, guys. But anyways, at this point I was done, and I got back to the most beautiful surprise in my hotel room. My goodness, I wasn't expecting this, guys. I was like, I mean, look at that. Look at the cake. Look at my flowers, look at my roses, look at my room, guys. Honestly, I think I was in tears at this point. I think I actually started crying. I was just like, how did my day go from like, what the hell am I doing here, to more cakes, more balloons, more petals, more flowers? I mean, guys, this is every girl's dream. I promise you. Like, I was so happy. I was so happy and so grateful for life.